Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
That, as they say, is that. Marvel Comics, let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome to Near Mint Condition, a channel where you can be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. I'm your host, the Astonishing Melanie, and today I will be doing an overview of Avengers Twilight for Marvel Comics, 6-issue miniseries, so stay tuned. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you so much to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for sending us these 6 issues, each with an Alex Ross cover. The trade will be out. It's due out August 27th, so you don't have to wait long to get a trade of this. And it is written by Chip Zdarsky and illustrated by Daniel Acuña. Once again, I have the covers by Alex Ross. Daniel Acuña did covers as well, along with other artists doing varying covers. And each issue's cover highlights a different Avenger and how they look in the future. I appreciate the summaries at the beginning of issues 2 through 6 that bring you up to speed or just remind you of the story so far. And the title of each issue is a line that a character says in the comic. In the back of the first issue, The Coming of the Accursed Avengers is reprinted. Why, you may ask? The answer to that can be discovered by you, true believer, when you finish reading issue 6 of Avengers Twilight. None of the other issues have old stories reprinted in the back, it's just this first one. Character and costume designs by Acuña are in the back of each issue, so that's a nice touch. I will be only discussing minor spoilers for issue 1, and I'll be talking in general about the flow and direction of the rest of the story. Avengers Twilight is set years into the future, decades after H-Day, a day of reckoning against the Avengers who failed to defeat Ultron. America turned against the heroes, so Steve is old, retired, and the super soldier serum is no longer effective. Zdarsky tells a story from the perspective of Cap, so we're not privy to the inner monologues of the other characters. Throughout the first issue, he argues with himself about what actions he's responsible for taking and regrets over past ones. The book is chock full of Captain America's ideals, such as the importance of truth, helping people, and perseverance. The Defenders, a group of young people who are fighting against the American government becoming totalitarian, offer him the super soldier serum, and he agrees to don the red, white, and blue costume once more. One of the main opponents is Tony Stark's son, who is being supported or perhaps manipulated by Kyle Jarvis, Edwin Jarvis's brother, who has raised James as his own after his father supposedly died. The conflict starts off with Steve arguing with Kyle about the validity of the new documentary about how the Red Skull was actually trying to fight Hitler. And things are not as they seem, though, and truths do come to light by the end of this miniseries. Now, going back to H-Day, we see here that the heroes' identities were revealed and that souped up villains were after the loved ones of heroes. And I like this addition here about Spider-Man, who unfortunately is not a character in the book. As we see here, he dies on H-Day. However, I think it's interesting that Cap, after finding Spider-Man dying, and he's asked him, hey, will you look after my Aunt May? After he takes his final breath, Steve says, "You're Spider-Man's son. You're the best of us." Now, that's the title of the first issue, and I thought the title was referring to Captain America. So I really like how Zdarsky, I don't think, snuck that in, but just that it's added in. It reminded me of in his Daredevil run, in which he has Matt Murdock say something about Spidey being the strongest and best of them all. And that means he was definitely trolling me during my interview with him when he said that Spider-Man deserves no respect. Zdarsky, how could you? It's obvious that you think he does. Throughout the story, Cap recruits former and new Avengers to fight against a force that is trying to take over America while trying his best not to let anyone die. Zdarsky explores how people would react in difficult situations they're put in, such as how does the wife of Captain America react when he takes on the mantle again? How does a soldier react when faced with following orders or following their moral code? How will a former superhero who's now a parent help in the fight against the enemy? How does another former superhero aid others when he's unable to move? And how does a son react when faced with a tremendous legacy? This story is about the choices the characters must make in order to fight for what they stand for, with a good measure of twists and cliffhangers thrown in to keep the story at a strong pace. It's a dark story, but not to the point of being depressing, and actually, it's full of hope and terrific one-liners that always hit me in the feels when I read comics. The story opens with Cap thinking, young or old, every day starts the exact same way. You open your eyes, even if you don't want to. That perfectly encapsulates the theme of the book. So just like in any good Captain America story, you can expect him not to give up. Acuña gives the book a dark, gritty, futuristic aesthetic with his interesting choice of dark colors combined with bright neon colors that convey technology in big corporate America. Okay, so for example, the color palette in the Defenders headquarters is almost sickly yellow, but the colors are vibrant when the characters are crossing the futuristic street and when they're doing a television interview. On the last page, Steve's outline is highlighted in almost neon green, again adding to that futuristic feel. I also like the touch of world building through the art. The symmetrical tattoo markings on Kyle and another character, Bullseye, are never explained. And I like that bit of world building because it just seems like, oh, that's just something in the future, we're not going to explain it. I assume since they're similar in appearance, it's something that's like a technological implant that people can get. And that's my pitch for Avengers Twilight from Marvel Comics. Let us know in the comments if you have picked this up, if you plan on picking this up. Remember that the trade is due out on August 27th. Hope you guys enjoy it. And as always, stay minty!